Hi everyone, I'm Kate and I'm with Soul and Steady Yoga Parlor. This is a yin class that is going to be based on releasing tension in your neck, shoulders, and hips. So let's get started. Sit in a comfortable seat and bring your hands down into the floor. Walk the fingertips out to the sides and roll your shoulders up and back. Take a deep breath in, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen as much as you can. And then exhale, release. Good. Stretch that right arm up and over as you reach that right arm up and over your ear and just pulse it a little bit. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Rotate your chin a little bit up towards the sky. And I'm using the words a little bit because for you just move in a way that your body can feel more ease. You don't want to create more tension, especially if you've been feeling tight. You don't want to go so hard because your body will fight back. Lift that arm up, take a breath in. Bring the fingertips alongside of your temple and gently drop your ear down towards your shoulder. Relax your shoulders. I'm using my hand here on the floor as support to kind of like push the ground, lengthen my spine. Steady breath. And what does that mean, steady breath? Well, let your inhales and your exhales be soft. Not too hard, not forcing, just let them flow. Good. On your next inhale, lift the head up and then bring the hand down. Reach that left arm up and over, stretch it up and over, reach, 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 reach. Give it a little bit of a dynamic stretch, 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 stretch. And then lift the arm up, grab the side of your temple, drop your ear towards your shoulder. So there's an interesting part about the body is that when you're feeling a lot of tension, and if you're trying to force a stretch, it won't happen. Your body listens to your mind. So you want to be able to breathe as easy as you can, steady as you can, no force. Even if it feels like you could go more, try in this sequence together to go a little bit less. Lift that head up. Bring the hand down. Roll those shoulders up and roll the shoulders down your back. Awesome. Stretch those arms out to the sides like you're pressing two walls away from one another. And as you press, 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 lift up your chest, lift up your heart, breathe in, flip your fingers up towards the sky. Okay? So as your fingers lift, lengthen up your chest, lift up your heart space. Flip those fingers up, feel your wrists. And on an inhale, lift both arms up. You're going to bend that right elbow. You're going to grab a hold of that elbow. Bring the hand behind your back. And drop your chin slightly towards your chest. And take your time and breathe. So feel this. Try to pull that elbow back more. And what does that feel like? Feels like you get stuck. We don't want to feel stuck. So instead of pushing back really hard, just go somewhere right in the middle. Okay, this right here is great if you've been working at your computer, if you have a tightness in your neck and your shoulders. On your next inhale, lift both arms up. And then go ahead and bend the left elbow. Bring the hand behind your back. And when you inhale, take your time. When you exhale, take your time. Good. On your next inhalation, lift both arms up, stretch up, flip those fingers up high, reach, 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 and then kind of just move a little bit from side to side. You're just rooting your hips, but just reaching those arms from side to side. Cool. And then bring the hands down. Roll those shoulders up. Roll those shoulders down your back. Great. So the next pose we're going to come into is called Sleeping Swan. It's also known as a pigeon pose in your yoga practice. I have some pillows. I'm going to probably use a pillow here for the front of my chest and maybe have a pillow here for my hip. So I have some pillows or blankets nearby. Come down onto your hands and knees. And before we come into the hip stretch, let's also work a bit our shoulders once again. All right, so draw those knees slightly back. And then on an inhale, reach the right arm out to the side. Then as you exhale, thread your needle, drop the shoulder towards the floor. And then let's flow first. Inhale, lift that right arm out to the side. And then exhale, thread it under. You can breathe out of your mouth for sure. One more inhale, lengthen that arm. And exhale, thread it through. Drop down onto the right shoulder if possible. Stretch your left arm out. Push the hand into the floor. Draw your chin slightly towards your chest and let your eyeballs look towards the floor. Breathe. Yeah. Steady breath. Breathe. Let's take about 4 more breaths here. If you feel that your big toes are touching, open those legs apart a little bit more. Great. On your next inhale, come back up, hands and knees. Stretch that left arm out to the side, reach it out, and then bring that arm through. Exhale. On an inhale, lengthen that arm out. And then exhale, thread it on under. And then the last one, inhale, stretch it out. And as you bring it through, drop down onto that left shoulder. You can bring the right hand down towards the floor. Lean back into that left shoulder. And breathe. When you feel that you've got a lot of tension, some stress, some tightness, physically, energetically, we know that if you're trying to get soft, you can't force it. If you're trying to release, you can't just force it. You can't just tell yourself, stop thinking about it. Yeah. You can't just tell your shoulder, open up. So give yourself the time that you need. Be present. Breathe. And let everything unfold as it's ready. Come on up, nice and slow, hands and knees. So flip your fingers to face your kneecaps. This is a wrist stretch. Wrists, shoulders, neck. And this might be super intense, and if it is, fingers can come out to the sides. If you can rotate the fingers to face your knees, go for it. And then just drop your head. Shift slightly forward towards the front of your yoga mat. And then shift a little bit back. And when I say a little, I mean like a hair. Nothing much. Just a little. And then a little bit back. Then last one. Shift it forward. And then shift it back. Rotate those fingers to face back forward. And walk your arms all the way out in front of you for puppy pose. Draw your tailbone back. Stretch your arms. Draw your rib cage slightly up and in. Stretch. Chin is in towards your chest. So we don't want to force. You want to feel. You want to release tension. We're not looking to create tension. Take one more breath here. Good, and then come back. You're going to draw your left knee towards your left wrist. So this is called sleeping swan pose. I'm going to tuck my right toes into the floor and just stretch my right leg as far back as it can go. Okay? I got that pillow in case I want it for underneath of my buttock, underneath of my hip, which I actually don't want it. So I'm going to put that over here. But just rock a little bit from side to side. And I want you to notice if your knee is really bothering you. And if it is, bring your foot closer towards your buttock. If your knee is not bothering you, bring your left foot a little bit more forward. Walk your hands back. Take a peek at that right leg. Make sure it's in the center of your yoga mat. And then on an inhale, lift up your chest. Just hold this here for a moment and breathe out. You can bring your hand onto your thigh, hand onto the floor. But inhale, lift up, like you're back bending a bit. And exhale. One more time, lift your chest, breathe in. Then start to curl yourself down towards the floor as you breathe out. Rest your chest onto your pillows. If you don't have pillows, it doesn't. If it feels okay for you, you don't need it. But you want to focus at the energy of this pose. You can feel this in your outer left buttock. You feel this in the left side of your hip. Now I'm staying up on my elbows. If you want to rest all the way down towards the ground, go for it. The reason why I'm staying up on my elbows is because if I lay on my chest, you won't hear me with the microphone. So if you wanted to rest all the way down, you go for that. Let's find the tension in the body and soften through the tension. Find the places that feel really tight. And then just soften. Breathe. Let go of any expectations in your mind. Let go of the idea of trying to fix anything. Just be with yourself. You know how nice this is right now for your body to just be still, feel the stretch, breathe, create good energy for yourself. Give yourself what you need. Give yourself what you need. You're more than welcome to shift a little bit from side to side. We have about another minute to go. Maybe a little bit over a minute. So soften your jaw. Come into your deep breath in the lower belly. So as you inhale, lengthen your lower belly. Let it expand so much. Diaphragmatic breath. And as you exhale, let that belly just deflate. Inhale, let the lower belly expand. And exhale, lower belly deflates. And then one more time. Inhale, breathe it in. And exhale, stretch that breath out. Stay in this shape, but I want you to connect to the space between your eyebrows. So close your eyes, perhaps, and just look into the space between the eyebrows. I want you to find the places in your body that you're feeling really tense. What are the places in your body that tighten up when you're in a stressful situation? Acknowledge those places. Release your jaw. Be soft in those places. Good. On your next inhale, walk your hands back. That was great. Lift the chest up. Take a breath in. As you exhale, tuck the right toes. And when you tuck the right toes, bring that right knee a little bit more in to protect yourself. And then draw that left knee back. Bring that left leg all the way back behind you. Tuck the toes into the floor and just pulse the heel back. Pulse it, pulse it, pulse it. Take a deep breath in, heart up. Whew, breathe out. Stretch your right arm up towards the sky. Keep that left toes in the back and just reach that right arm up high. And then bring that hand down. Come back onto your hands and knees. And then let's go to the right side. I'm just going to turn around so that way you can see my right side. Right? Bring a pillow with me. So from your hands and knees, bring that right knee towards your right wrist. And then tuck your left toe, stretch that leg all the way back. Walk the hands back first. And make sure that you feel stable, like you're not rocking from side to side too much. On an inhale, lift up your heart and your chest. And as you exhale, just let the breath go. Inhale, lift up your chest from your belly, lift up. And exhale, breathe out. And then the last one, inhale, reach your heart up. And as you exhale, fold yourself on forward and rest. Okay? And remember, you might need to put a pillow underneath of that right buttock. Pay attention to how your knee feels. And then let's go inside. And let's figure out what we need to release. Where in the body feels really tense. Let your diaphragmatic breath, that's your belly breath, guide you. Meaning, let your belly breath, it's like it opens you up. And as you exhale, just release it and let that ease of the exhale just travel through you. Notice if you're pressing your teeth against one another. And open up your jaw a little bit. Relax your jaw, your teeth. And draw those shoulders back. And drop your head. To release tension, it happens inch by inch, pretty slowly. It's hard to just say, I'm going to stop thinking about this. I'm going to stop being upset about this. It's hard. It's not impossible. But it's also not so easy. It's not like a light switch. You can just turn it on, turn it off. So treat your body in the same kind of way. If your body is feeling really tight and tense, try not to force. Try not to just expect. Good. On your next inhale, walk those hands back. You're going to tuck the left toes, bring the knee a little bit more forward, and then bring that right leg all the way back, toes in the ground. Pulse that heel back. Pulse, pulse, pulse. And then on your next inhale, lift up that left arm. Stretch yourself open. Open it up nice and wide. Open, 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 open. And then bring that hand down to the floor. Come down onto your knees. And let's just finish the way that we started. So take yourself in a comfortable seat. Right? And as you sit, roll your shoulders up. Roll your shoulders down your back. Reach those arms up, stretch them up high, and this time hook your thumbs. Reach those arms up nice and high, stretching. And then as you exhale, breathe out, but lift up from your ribs. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, lift up. And then exhale, stretch it back. Bring your palms together at your heart space. Close your eyes. And just imagine and tell yourself, I'm just releasing my tension, one breath at a time, inch by inch, inch by inch. Open up those eyes. Thanks for practicing.